All right, everybody, I got a pretty interesting vehicle here. This is a 2005 Saturn Vue. I get a lot of these, actually, Saturn Vues, because I really like them. I think they're spacious. They always run great. But this one's kind of neat. Whoops. Sorry about that. Obviously, you can see the radio works. Now, a couple things we're going to start off with. So you can see there's no check engine or warning lights on. That little wrench just means it needs an oil change. Obviously the brake's on and the rear hatch is open and I know my seatbelt on. But other than that, there's no, like check engine light, warning light, stuff of that nature. It's got 141,356 miles on it. So for a 10-year-old car, that's not crazy mileage. It is loaded with equipment, but here's what's really kind of weird. This is a 4-cylinder stick shift, which the thing runs fantastic, but you got to be able to drive a stick. You can see it's a 5-speed. So basically what you're going to do is get pretty darn good gas mileage. But let's go over some of the equipment that it's got. Here's your right rear window going up. Here's your right front window. I'll put that one up. Come on over this way. Here's your rear window. No problem. And of course the all-important driver's window goes up and down. Ice cold air conditioning. I mean, it's probably like, here, I'll tell you, it's 81 degrees out right now, and I can't even blast this because it's so darn cold in here. This is one of the few aftermarket radios that I actually like a lot. It's a really nice radio, but if you don't like it, the original stock radio is in the back of the car. So you can replace it. But I really like this radio for an aftermarket jobby. It does all kinds of stuff. It's even got, check this out, heated front seats. They're cloth. Oh, power mirrors. Let's see if they work. Yeah, no problem there. Yeah, no problem there. Oh, yeah, power sunroof, moonroof, whatever the heck you want to call it. Like I said, this thing's got everything. It's got, I'll show you this. You saw it's got the temperature gauge and it's got the compass. It's also got the auto dimming rear view mirror. Okay. Traction control. Geez, this thing, like I said, has lots and lots of equipment. Obviously, it's got cruise control right here on the steering wheel. It's got keyless remote entry. I now have at least one key and one remote. Oh, horn. No problem. Wipers. No problem. The interior is pretty darn nice. It does have a little bit of staining on some of the seats. I don't know what it is with Saturns, but that's very typical, especially with a tan interior. But the rest of the interior is certainly not beat up. I mean, look, here's your armrest for the driver. It's pretty nice. It's got your little cubby holes here, your cup holders, of course. That's your remote for the radio right there. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's a pretty darn nice car, in and out, actually. All right, we'll open her up, and you can see nice, clean door panel. It's got the, excuse me, the stock Saturn floor mats. Obviously, a little hole where your foot always sits, for the clutch and brake pedal. That's to be expected. And here, your driver's seat, nice. A little bit of wear and tear, but it's not all beat up. It's certainly comfortable enough, especially in the wintertime with the heated seats. So yeah, overall, I'd say this is actually a really, really nice little car. All right, let's check out the tires. Got my handy dandy gizmo here. This front one looks pretty good. And that one's looking like about at least half the tread left, 6/32 of tread. There. Good tires too, Yokohama's. Those are really good tires. All right, rear tire. Looks like about 8/32 of tread left. Come on around to this side. Another Yokohama tire. And this looks like about the same as the other side, probably 8/32. Yeah, 8, 9, 30 seconds on that one. So that's really good. Most tires like this are usually 10 to 12, 30 seconds when they're brand new. And this looks like pretty much to be the same as the other side. Yeah, right around 5, 6, 30 seconds. So, moral of the story is, honestly, I would put the rear tires on the front because you want the tires, it's front wheel drive this car. You want the front tires to have the best tread. But I'm telling you, you're not going to have to put tires on this thing for quite a while. Now, what's really cool about Saturns, what I really like, is they're basically, except for the hood, the roof, and the rear hatch, they're made out of plastic. So you're not going to have corrosion, you're not going to have dents in those areas. You might have a little scratch, like right there, there's a little tiny scratch there. But other than that, this paint is clean, it's shiny, it's very nice. Once I bring it out into the sun, I'll show you guys, you know, how nice it actually is. Here's this side of the interior. And you can see how nice this car actually is. Let's take a look at the headliner. Okay, here's your passenger door panel. I don't even have to show you the inside of the door for corrosion because it doesn't have any, because it's made out of plastic. Here's your rear. Looks like a little, what is that, maybe bleach staining on the floor mat there, but better there than on the carpeting. And of course the rear seat does fold down. And it looks like this is about the only thing I've ever seen wrong is like a little tear there. You know, it's some mild staining, not bad. But again, pretty darn nice. The rear quarter panel. And I'll let you guys take a look at the roof here. As you can see, very nice, very clean. Come around to the back of the car. Now, as you can see, what's really neat about this is there's tons and tons of space. I mean, here, let me step back a little bit and you can see, but those seats fold down. So you'll have all the space from this back right here all the way up to the rear of the front seats to put stuff in. Plenty of room. Lots of headroom too. As I told you, there's your stock radio, stock Saturn radio if you want to put it back in. Again, that'll be up to you. Rear bumper looks to be in pretty nice shape. It's not all beat up, the taillights aren't cracked, none of that stuff. Look under here. Oh, look at that. The exhaust looks pretty new. Yeah, I have to say overall this looks like a pretty decent vehicle. And even the metal rear hatch looks to be in pretty nice condition. No rust, no corrosion. One little dent right under the view there. But other than that, that looks pretty darn good. Coming down the left side, looks like we've got a nice quarter panel. Oh, I didn't even point this out. It's got the nice clean Saturn aluminum alloy wheels, not hubcaps. Again, another extra option somebody paid for. There's the back seat again from this side. You have your rear power point, as you can see. That's always good, especially in this day and age with kids and their devices. You know, I shouldn't say anything. I love all that stuff. There's your left rear door. No nicks, no dings, no scratches. Driver's door, no nicks, no dings, no scratches. The mirrors are in good shape. Left front fender, beautiful shape. Come around to the front of the car. The headlights look nice and clear. One thing I can always tell, there's two things I can tell on a car that tells me how it was maintained and taken care of. One is the front right here to see if it's all banged up from people hitting curbs. And the other is the matching tires. That's huge to me. Let's take a look, see underneath. And as I said, it's got the 2.2 liter 4-cylinder engine. Oh, look at that. The coolant looks nice in this. That means it was well maintained. I mean, very, very nice. A little bit of corrosion on here, probably from salt and whatnot, but not bad. But you can hear that motor sounds really, really good. You can tell the air conditioner's cold. Look at how cold the hose is. It's already got, well, it is pretty humid out today though, too, but yeah, you can tell. All right, oh, here, let me do under your hood, because this is the other metal piece. All right, we'll shut this down. And the hood even has relatively few chips and nicks from stones. And get this, if you live in New Jersey, you got over a year and a half left on the inspection sticker. Yep, you're reading that right. March of 2017. Before this baby has to go back through inspection. So it's a really nice running, really good looking, probably pretty economical vehicle. But I'm not just gonna tell you it runs good. We're gonna take it for a ride and you'll see. Alrighty, we're gonna take it for a ride now. And one of the things I always like to do is start the cars cold and then start them again after they've had a chance to warm up. So now obviously this has had a chance to warm up and I can show you guys that indeed, there are no warning lights and no check engine lights on. Like I said, just a little wrench saying it needs an oil change, and that goes out after like a minute or so. All right, now this is always a little fun and tricky, is I got to shift, videotape, and drive all at once. Probably not the safest thing in the world to do, but it can't be any worse than texting and driving. Not that I do that. I'm not saying. Clutch feels really good in this. It shifts smoothly through all the gears. One thing I like about the, see, it gives you a little shift up sign here too, that little gear. One thing I like about having the stick with the 4-cylinder in a car this size, your performance is much better. Now look, my hands are not on the steering wheel and we're going dead straight down the road. So that tells me that there is absolutely nothing wrong with the front end of this vehicle. Let me get it into 5th gear for you. There you go. So as you can see, it's actually pretty quiet in here too. So this actually, like I said, it's nice and comfy. The air is ice cold. I mean, really ice cold. This is just a super nice vehicle. All right, we'll pull up here. I'm going to turn around for you guys. All right, here we go. All right, and off. This went first to third because I don't want to shift too much while I'm driving. And videotaping, of course. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to do a brake test. And basically all that's going to consist of is me pulling into the vacant lot across the street from my place, letting go of the steering wheel and slamming on the brakes. Basically all you can tell as a casual observer, okay, is see if the steering wheel like swings wildly to the right or the left. That would pretty much tell you that there's a brake balance issue. Other than that, you're just going to have to rely on me to tell you how I think the brakes feel. And so far, they've seemed all right. And I'm going to pull the camera back to do this. I usually do this at about 25 miles an hour. So here we go. Down here and... All right, good news. As I suspected, because the vehicle does have traction control, that means it's also equipped with anti-lock brakes. So not only do you have front wheel drive, anti-lock brakes, 4 airbags, because it does have, I probably didn't mention this before, as you can see up there, the side curtain airbags. This is actually a super nice car. I mean, this thing is loaded with lots and lots of equipment too, which I like. All right, let me go over here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk out and I'm going to show you around the car in the sunshine. Here we're in reverse now. You can see it goes backwards just as well as it goes forwards. All right, and then we'll take a little walk around. I'll do a recap. This is a 2005 Saturn Vue 4-cylinder 5-speed manual transmission, front wheel drive with 141,358 miles on it. And I cannot find a thing wrong with this car. I mean, truth be told, whoever buys this car is not going to be disappointed in the least. I'd be very proud to sell this car to anybody. And I would jump in this car and drive it pretty much anywhere in just the condition it is. Although I might want to get the oil changed. That's about it, because I don't know when the last time that was done. But take a look at this beauty. And you can see how nice it is. Like I said, it's like that SUV-ish crossover type of vehicle. So you got plenty of space. You know, if you got a young family or whatever, and I wouldn't even be afraid to commute in this car. Like I said, you probably get pretty darn good gas mileage too. All right, folks, well, there you have it. If you need a reliable, economical, lots of room type of vehicle with a lot of really nice equipment and a really good inspection sticker, this would be the one for you. Thanks.